I got my Joel shirt on. You know what that means? It's Last of Us time. This is episode 3 we're doing today. Once again, I'm a fan of The Last of Us. If you haven't seen my videos before, you can go check out my previous Last of Us reaction videos. I'm a huge fan of The Last of Us, but I haven't seen, these episodes of the show, obviously. And I'm very excited. I'm not, if you are not a person who's played The Last of Us games, I'm not going to spoil future episodes for you in this reaction. But today we're doing episode 3, and I feel like I know what they're going to be covering in this episode mostly. I don't know how far they're going to get, but I know mostly what they're going to be covering. I can imagine probably how far they'll get. And but I also imagine there's probably going to be a decent amount of original content in this episode, and I'll talk about why after I watch the episode. But I imagine there's going to be a decent amount of original content, so this might be a lot of freshness for me in this episode. So I'm excited. I've been absolutely adoring the show, and I think I heard people saying that the reviewers said that episode 3 was like their favorite episode out of the 3 that they got or whatever. So yeah, anyway, let's just jump into this episode. If you want to watch the full-length version with me, I mean, this is almost an hour 20 minutes this episode. Oh my gosh. If you want to watch all of that with me, you can go to my Patreon account in the description below and get my full-length reaction. But otherwise, I also have a ton of other stuff on there, like early access for certain shows and exclusive reactions. But you can just like my video. I just dropped my notebook. You can like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. All that stuff really helps me out as well. Helps me with the algorithm, helps me get more fans. So please make sure to do that. And let's get into episode 3 of the wonderful and amazing The Last of Us. Here we go. Oh, there's no cold open today? Damn. I was really hoping for a cold open. I've really been liking their cold opens. I think at some point, though, they said they had a plan for a certain style of cold opens that they didn't have the budget for. Those are some nice looking rocks. Very nice and flat. 10 miles west of Boston. Okay.
Look, I've been thinking about...
I want your sorries.
I wasn't going to say I'm sorry. I was going to say that I've been thinking about what happened. Nobody made you or Tess take me. Nobody made you go along with this plan. You needed a truck battery or whatever, and you made a choice. So don't blame me for something that isn't my fault.
Damn. Damn. She's feeling a lot of guilt. I'm writing down a note about characterization that I want to talk about after the episode. That's gonna be in an hour, so hopefully I remember properly what I wanted to say.
People.
Oh. Are Bill and Frank nice?
Frank is.
Yeah.
How'd you get that story?
Bill's not that nice.
Yeah.
You get him?
No, I missed 2. More often than you think.
You know, seeing as it's just the 2 of us, I was thinking I should
No.
Joel's trying to grieve silently, and he can't. He's at least refusing him that right.
You ever play this one?
Oh.
I knew everything about this game.
Oh, they've changed it to Mortal Kombat.
Who takes off her mask and she has monster teeth, and then she swallows you whole and barfs out your bones. Oh.
It was knives something in the game.
Is there anything bad in here?
Just you.
Ah, getting funnier.
A hatch? Okay, not that far down. Take out your torch, Ellie. Oh, she has. Okay, she's giving herself an escape route. That's good. What were they, tampons? I couldn't see what the box said. And if it's women's sanitary products, I do not recognize the brands. I'm sorry. Well, it's trapped at least. Just, keep your distance and you'll probably be fine. I guess this is her chance to see one up close though. And she's immune. Probably doesn't have much strength to do much more than bite her, which wouldn't hurt her. It would hurt her, but it wouldn't infect her. I hate watching anything about cutting scalpel stuff. All that stuff is just awful. I'm still watching it. I'm actually just watching it on my reaction screen. Okay. Nice. She killed an infected.
Ellie?
I wish I could see what it was properly, because if it's not a tampon, I'm gonna look like a moron.
Oh, if you're just gonna leave it there.
I love the iconic Ellie like red jacket. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get shoved into a middle seat, pay $12 for a sandwich.
Dude, you got to go up in the sky.
Yeah, well, so did they.
How did it even start? If you have to get bit to be
It was the
infected,
wheat.
then who bit the first person? Was it a monkey? I bet it was a monkey.
There were certain brands of food that were sold everywhere, all across the country, across the world. Bread, cereal, pancake mix.
Aww.
You eat enough of it, it'll get you infected.
That's a cool story.
Makes more sense than monkeys.
It was it
Sure.
monkeys in the original game? I feel like it might have been.
What?
I know they were testing stuff on monkeys, and there were infected monkeys in the game.
Roadie deer?
God damn.
Told you you were going to a QZ, and you were. If there was room.
Jeez.
These people weren't sick.
No, probably not.
Oh my god.
I kill them.
So that they don't get
Dead
sick.
people can't be infected.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Oh god.
Not today, you New World Order jackboot fucks.
I know who that is. Nick Offerman is very good casting for Bill. Like, he looks like him and can act like him. Getting everything he can. Damn, so he really got to stock up. This makes a lot of sense to me, how Bill had so much shit. Damn, that looks amazing. Is this Frank?
Keep coming.
No, it isn't Frank. Oh, shit!
Oh.
That's awesome. God damn, he's got... Ah, this is awesome. 4 years later.
I'm not infected.
Armed?
No,
Why did you take that long to answer?
no. I thought about lying for some reason, but the reason didn't come.
Stop there.
Yeah, okay, he's got an infected test, so that's good. I was thinking it would make him strip down
How'd you
and...
get that?
He's fine.
Doesn't sound very long out loud, does it? Feels long.
I'm letting you go. Someone you talk to about it is gonna show up here looking for a free lunch. And this is not an Arby's.
Well, Arby's didn't have free lunch. It was a restaurant. I won't talk about it to any bums or hobos or vagabonds.
I love Frank. Aw.
I left some clothes here for you.
Great acting choice to
What?
be so hesitant.
Close.
5 more minutes?
Sure. Sure.
This is the first person he's spoken to in 4 years. Maybe longer, depending on how much he was a recluse before that. Frank is so excited about it. I love it.
What the fuck?
Everything tastes good when you're starving. I know I don't seem like the type.
No, you do.
Oh my god, I'm loving this. I am just obsessed. I'm obsessed. No wonder this episode is an hour 20. Like, we need all this
There is more.
time.
I can't. Is it antique?
1948.
Wow. You know how much these are worth?
Currently nothing.
Does he keep the piano tuned?
And then I'll leave.
Oh my god, I really love this. Ah.
Done everything I know to try and make you mine.
Oh, I love when someone who's
I'm gonna
not necessarily a great singer is still very emotional because they mean it, you know? It's really nice. He's not a terrible singer. But I just love that we can feel the feeling of it and the emotion. Oh my god. Yes! Oh, the way... Oh my gosh, the way he's like shaking. Like... Oh my god, that's a brilliant acting choice as well. Nick Offerman, holy crap. Oh, he's crying.
Go take a shower, Bill.
The Bill's a quite a different character than, you know, than the one we know from the game, but such a great choice, I think. I'm really loving the changes. I love his posture as he walks around, you know. You're invited in.
I'm gonna start with the simple things.
Okay.
I'm so impressed with Nick Offerman's acting choices.
I'm not a whore.
It's very convincing to me.
I don't. Not even great ones.
By the way, is Nick Offerman gay? I guess I don't know. Or is this
So
just...
if I do
Or is he
this,
bi?
I'm
I don't know.
gonna stay for a few more days.
Oh, fuck you! Come on!
Damn. 3 years later.
Would you
Okay.
stop? Do I ask for things? You live in a psycho bunker where 9/11 was an inside job and the government are all Nazis.
The government are all Nazis!
Well, yeah, now, but not then.
That's really funny. Yeah, now.
For some... So help me, I will run through one of your tripwires.
Are we hosting formal garden parties now?
No. But we are going to have friends.
Excuse me?
He wants to open it up a
We're
little.
going to make friends. I've actually been talking to a nice woman on the radio.
You what?
Oh my god.
This really is just.
Right?
Same way.
Oh, you're a paranoid schizophrenic too?
Well, can I just say, gun aside, which I get, by the way.
Wow.
How nice this is to have a civilized meal in such a beautiful place.
We are working together.
Look at her. She looks gorgeous. Wow.
To see.
Not inside.
Thank you. Yes.
Frank.
It makes me really impressed how weathered they made Tess look by seeing her before she was that weathered.
Books, medicine, machine parts. We can help each other and get that gun out of my face.
God, I love how much original content there is in this episode.
So what, you were, I can get you 10 spools of high tensile aluminum. Last you the rest of your life. Lives.
You sure about this?
It's for the radio in case anyone's listening.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh my god. Tess and Frank getting along. 3 years later, 2013. Okay, we're 10 years off the present.
I got something to show you. Not that.
You can make it.
What? It's okay.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh! I mean, they're both incredible actors. I've never seen Nick Offerman act like this, and it's blowing me away. He just ate a strawberry, and he cried for it, and I love it.
No, not the strawberries. Right.
They have so much chemistry, those two. Oh my god, here are the raiders. Oh my god! It sets people on fire! My gosh.
Tell me about the list.
I have copies of all the keys.
Good.
Yeah. Call Joel.
Uh-huh.
You can't be here alone.
I'm not alone.
Oh, jeez.
Joel.
Is Frank in a wheelchair now? Damn. So this is modern day, 2023.
We'll get you warmed up.
Wow. There's some nice paintings. It's amazing how much food they have, but I guess when you had a whole town of food for just 2 people, it can last a while. Because you're only feeding 2 people.
Did you take your pills?
And also they're growing their own food and stuff now.
Took most of the night. I'm exhausted.
Oh, wow. This is your last day. How do you know that?
What if we find a doctor? What if someone shows up who can help?
I've made up my mind. Every day was a wonderful gift from God speech. I have had a lot of bad days. I've had bad days with you, too. Starting now, make me some toast. For us. You'll wear what I ask. We'll get married. And you cook a delicious dinner. I will drink it. Then take me by my hand.
That's why it's his last
Bring me to her
day.
bed.
He knows it's gonna get too much for him, so might as well
And I
end
will
it.
fall asleep in your arms.
Oh my god. That's such a hard thing to ask of Bill.
I can't.
He's now been living for like 17 years or
Too
something with Frank. With only Frank?
Yes.
It's crazy that every episode has made me cry. Man, they did a good job at the Nick Offerman aging thing. Like, he looked pretty young in the start, and he looks quite old now. That's really scary. I wouldn't want him to do it in front of me, you know? Oh, that is a scary thing to drink. Yeah, and you'd have to do it like that. I wouldn't want to just sip it.
Why are there already pills in the bottle?
Enough to kill a horse.
Oh my
This
god.
isn't the tragic suicide at the end of the play. I'm old.
Oh my god.
I'm satisfied. And you were my purpose.
Oh my god.
It's incredibly romantic.
Jeez. My god. So are Joel and Ellie just gonna come up to an empty house? They're gonna come up to an empty house. An empty town. Whoa. This is game music. This is a very particular scene I can remember had this music. Cut back to Joel and Ellie. At least Joel knew the codes. Still has his hand on his gun, that's very wise. Yeah,
Hear anything, you see anything, yell.
Don't let Ellie come in and see that. I mean, she can handle it, but I don't think she should have to. Where did Ellie just go?
Ellie?
To whomever, but probably Joel. I figured I fell under whomever. Okay, was this?
Is Joel not even gonna read the letter?
You wanna...
No, he doesn't want to. Oh.
I'm guessing you found this, Joel, because anyone else would have been electrocuted or blown up by one of my traps. I was wrong, because there was one person worth saving. That's what I did. I saved him.
Oh my god. And this
That's why
parallels
Marlene and me are here.
Joel and Ellie.
We have a job to do. Use them to keep...
Tess safe. Is that what it says? Yeah.
Stay here.
They get a car. Looks like it. Working battery, hopefully. No? Was there no battery in there? There we go.
Listen, about Tess.
Matter of fact, we can just keep our histories to ourselves. Rule 2, you don't tell anyone about your
Condition.
condition. They see
Either
that
think
bite mark,
you're crazy
they
or
won't
they'll try to
think through,
kill
they'll
you.
just shoot you. Rule 3,
Yes.
repeat it.
What you say goes.
Yep. I always loved that little dialogue. But very different delivery between those
So what
two,
now?
and I like it.
80s.
Grab some cans from over there.
So
Nothing
that's
dented or swollen.
what the 80s was Bill and Frank being like,
There's a wall of
we dead.
Needs another hour.
They have hot water. I'm taking a shower. And then you're showering. Seriously.
Oh my god, please find a porn mag. Oh, that's not a porn mag, that's a gun. Oh my god, is she just taking a gun for herself?
Well, don't you look pretty?
She's so happy. Has she ever been in a car before? Maybe a military
First
vehicle.
time in a car.
It's like a spaceship.
It's a piece of shit Chevy S10, but it'll get us there. I think.
Oh.
Ellie,
Oh, this is so sweet and great. And there's the open window. Oh my god. That's very clever to end on the open window. Like, we don't see Bill and Frank, but we know about the open window and we can imagine. My god. Ugh. Now this is an episode that is going to be very crazy for everyone, because this is like 95% original content. So if you haven't played the game, there's a lot that's different here. And so I guess spoilers for this part of the game. But essentially, you know, when you show up, you actually meet Joel and Ellie meet Bill, and they're talking to Bill, and Joel doesn't know who Frank is. Joel's never met Frank before in the game. And you try to get a battery from Bill and all that sort of stuff. You fight a lot of infected together, blah blah blah. It goes on, and then eventually you find the battery, but you find that the battery was taken by Frank, and Frank got infected and then hung himself. And Joel was like, "Who the hell is this?" And Bill goes, "That was my partner." And Bill didn't know that he was dead. So and there was basically, you know, implications of the two of them had a falling out and essentially broke up. Frank tried to leave. Frank got infected. He killed himself and left a note for Bill that basically said, like, I hated your way of life and you were holding me back. And it was just like a final, like, little angry note to Bill, but clearly out of like emotion and like it was very sad. And then you leave Bill, and Bill's still alive by the end of The Last of Us. So it's, I mean, like, it's a lot of changes that they made, but wow, I mean, it's pretty bold and pretty powerful for them to have that happen, where it's like, we don't even, in the context of Joel and Ellie's story, we don't even meet Bill and Frank, but we get to see their entire story before they even arrive. Wow, that is really, I mean, that was very well done. Especially since Frank was a character that, like, didn't have much of a character. Like, the only things we knew about Frank was that he, like, liked to wear dumb shirts. Or shirts that Bill found dumb. And also, that one letter he wrote. that one single letter, it was like that long, you know, like that we got that much text of his personality. And it was a pretty aggressive one because it was after their falling out and as he was about to die. So he was pretty emotional at that point. But I mean, this was crazy, and the way they did Bill's character, it's great because it feels like it understands the core of Bill's character. He's paranoid. He's a recluse. He could only really connect with one person. And he sort of connects with Joel over that one sort of thing, you know? That's the core of Bill's character. The stuff around it, is, like, it can be adjusted and stuff, and it still feels like Bill's character. And they adjusted everything around that part of the character, and I love the way they did it. I think it was really well done. I loved Frank. It was a very, very sad story, like an incredibly sad story, but I mean, yes, so well done. So it was something I wanted to talk about the character while we're speaking of characterization, because that wasn't the only thing that changed. It feels like what they've done in this show is they've made Joel a bit softer and more sympathetic, while at the same time making Ellie a bit more hardened. And I think this is a good change because what they're trying to do, and I think this is kind of one thing that they like alluded to in the first episode and when they were talking about the first episode, is that Sarah and Ellie are very different characters, and I think they're trying to make that super clear, right? Because they're both like, you know, young girls who are quite, I don't know, like sassy towards Joel, right? But we don't feel like they're the same character. If it just had Ellie being, you know, a super soft and goofy kid fully at this point, then she might actually feel a little bit too much like Sarah, and the themes would be kind of too on the nose, and it would also and it also makes those characters, you know, less interesting on their own, because it feels like, oh, this is them writing the sympathetic young girl character, you know, when instead they feel like two very different human beings who are written in very different ways, who have very different emotional responses to things, and yet we can still see Joel connect with them despite all of that. And I think that is a strong choice. Plus, by making Ellie a bit more hardened, you can make Joel softer, but they still have the same amount of tension, because they're both trying to open up while also trying to keep each other at arm's length, like constantly, you know. Ellie feels like guilty and she's trying to like deflect the blame off of herself, and at the same time Joel's feeling grief and he's trying to push her away with that grief, you know. And so there's a constant like tug of war back and forth as they're both trying to push each other away, but still through the stuff that they have in common and through their respect for one another are dragging each other back to the middle. And I love that letter from Bill that was just like, that was talking about how his perspective has changed, and it's a very good sort of comparison, a very good I used the right word in the reaction, I can't remember it anymore. You know, it mirrors Joel and Ellie's relationship very well, and sort of makes Joel like, it's a letter basically telling Joel like, hey, you've got a girl in front of you that you need to protect, so protect her, you know. And at the same time, it has that like heartbreaking like keep Tess safe thing, which is just like, oh goddamn. Anyway, was there anything else? I mean, I loved Frank. I really loved Frank. He was a great character. My favorite line was the government Nazis line, where it's like, you think all the government are Nazis? Government are all Nazis. Yeah, now. Like, I really love that line where it's like, yeah, okay, you were eventually right, but that's because zombies took over the world. But before, you know, like, you should have been more open and stuff. It's great. That's such a great episode. I'm so impressed, because that is an episode that is, yeah, it's gonna resonate with so many people, because people who played the game weren't spoiled on what happened there. That's like, you know, we knew the broad strokes of what kind of would happen, but we didn't know that was gonna happen, you know? So yeah, crazy stuff, great job. So thank you very much for watching this reaction. Please make sure to support the video, like it, comment in on it, subscribe to it, and go to my Patreon account if you want full-length, early access, exclusive videos, all those stuff on my Patreon in the description below. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time, goodbye.